Everyone's speculating I've gone into labour. I'm at that stage. I don't know why. I'm not even 38 weeks yet. But everyone is speculating tonight for some reason that I've gone into labour and I've had baby girl. Guys,
might have an issue with his glasses though. We're not 100% sure yet.
I did get a date today for a cesarean. However,
won't you take me for a ride? I will love the feeling of the wind in my hair while it's beating. On the highway down by the sea, we go on and on. Listen to us tears go by in the very first sunlight, and we know it has just started on.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we have moved one step closer to the big date. Are you excited? Sarah's excited. She's gonna have a C-section, or is it gonna be a natural birth? Who knows? Let's find out over the next 25 minutes. Let's go.
Okay, me and Jace are all done. We're just out. We're just sat in the car around at the other part of the hospital waiting for Mama to come out of her appointment.
Too loud.
Hers is really... I'm too loud? You cheeky boy.
Okay, Chris, a little bit of parental advice from myself to yourself, right? Now, I could be wrong, but I think that kids have better hearing than my adults. So when you shout loudly like that, they tend to pick it up a lot harsher than you think. So that's possible, you know, give that some consideration when you're shouting. In particular, your lady wife, who loves a good old yell, and yeah, just give it some consideration, really.
Cheeky boy. Jace was such a good boy today. He did all of his questions so good, and he was just such a polite, personable, talkative little man. Is what you? Yeah, they absolutely love Jason there. It's so sweet. He was so good today, though. Might have an issue with his glasses though. We're not 100% sure yet. But basically well, it's a few factors. It's a bit difficult to explain, but basically the improvement in his vision in his eye that drifts is not, like, we haven't improved, we've kind of plateaued. Which either means that the prescription that he's been wearing for the last little while, since he was last seen, might be slightly wrong, or it might mean that he needs potentially bifocal lenses, or instead of using the patch treatment, using drops excuse you, oh my goodness, using drops treatment where for a couple of hours a day his good eye will be blurred rather than patched. So that might be the reason for that. They checked his glasses prescription whilst we were there, and the actual glasses he has are slightly out from the prescription that they ordered. So they rang Specsavers just to see what their prescription they had on their system was there, and it was the same as what the hospital had prescribed in the first place. But the glasses themselves, when they're testing them, are not showing that same prescription. They're out slightly.
What a very unique story you've come up with, Chris. The prescription is right, but the glasses are being made up wrong, or something like that. Is that what you're proposing is actually happening here, Chris? I don't know.
Not massively, but out enough that it could make a difference. So we're going to Specsavers after here to have them physically test the pair of glasses themselves, because the lab that made them might have made an error. So that might be the cause for that.
Oh, obviously, how silly of me, Christopher. The lab who made the glasses obviously made the error. They had the prescription, but they made it up incorrectly. And Jace has been wearing these incorrect glasses all this time because of the people who made the glasses just made that one error, and it could cost Jace his long-term eyesight. Damn those glasses makers.
Also, when he had the eye, to decide what prescription they have in their glasses, they have to have a test where they put drops in their eye and it blurs the vision, and they put the head in a machine and they kind of tell the operator what they can see. It's not documented for 100% sure whether they used the drops when they did the test last time.
Okay, before we go on, I'd like to point something out, and that these idiots are morons. Or these morons are idiots. You know, Chris and Sarah, because they don't believe that their kids listen to them. They don't believe that their kids know what they're talking about, or they just don't care that the kids are listening. And this happens frequently. Like when Sarah's talking there about the haters in front of the kids, right? She doesn't think that the kids are taking anything in, but they're taking everything in. Children take things in. They do. That's just how it works. They do that. And Chris is sat here yabbering on about stuff which is concerning Jace, whilst Jace is sat right there without a care in the world.
I can't fully remember if they did use the drops or not last time. In fact, I actually think that they maybe didn't use the drops last time, in which case the result would have been inaccurate anyway, and they need to repeat the test. So, she's speaking to the consultant basically. I'm speaking to Specsavers, and we're going to test the eyes, and then we're going to she's going to call me back, and we're going to make a plan. Potentially, Jace is going to have some stronger drops put in his eyes to make them extra blurry, have this test on again to triple check that the prescription of the glasses is definitely correct, because we should be seeing an improvement in the eye that needs it, not a plateau.
Dad,
yeah?
Do you mean in actual life that I'm going to get an eye drop?
Yes, and then just look in that machine and see Peppa Pig, do you remember?
Yeah, but I don't like the eye drops.
They're okay, they're not so bad. Not today, have them. Just another day. Maybe. We don't know yet for definite, but maybe. Okay? But it's not a big deal if we do have them. It's not bad. Is it?
It is.
It is bad? It won't be so bad, don't worry.
Exactly this. This was my point, right? Jace, you could actually hear Jace go quiet, like he was listening intently to what Chris was saying as he was yabbering on about how Jace might need drops. And it was like he was taking everything in, and then Jace was clearly concerned that he was going to have drops, and Chris said, no, you might not have to have them, but you've already put that into his head now, and he's going to be worried about it, and you just saying, oh yeah, well you might have to, but you might not, you never know. You know, to a 4-year-old, that really doesn't wash. I'm sorry, Chris. You're an idiot, an actual idiot. This is why when Sarah says stuff like, oh, we have no secrets from our kids, we tell our kids everything. There's certain things that you don't need to tell your kids. There's certain things you need to shield them from, because why worry a child unnecessarily? Why tell them that they may have to have drops, which they're clearly concerned about, if they don't have to have them? Wait until the moment comes and then go through it like that, but not... These two absolutely blow my mind with their management of their kids. Bloody hell.
So we're not sure on the plan yet, so we're just waiting to hear back from them right now.
So yeah, the NHS have taken some battering this week from the Inghams, haven't they? Everything that they've done this week have been to do with the NHS. First it's Sarah, you know, needing a second opinion because the consultant was an idiot, and then Chris with the Specsavers, you know, making up the glasses wrongly, and then Sarah again, and it's just, you know, so much going on, and it's all the NHS's fault.
Sarah's clinic's delayed, so she's been in there a lot longer than she was in at 11:20. She's still there now at 1:30. So I don't know what's going on there, but we shall see shortly. Okay, one very overrun appointment later, and we're back.
Do you
and
know,
we're in the range.
that appointment, literally, I was in there. Oh, that's just really, really bad. I was in there.
Why have I caught you in the Halloween section?
Because I need to be here. It's like October next week. I'm disappointing the I family to decorate the house with tacky stuff to annoy you.
So I'm going to be a bit controversial here, and some people may not agree with me, but, you know, I'm going to say my piece anyway. October is, yes, it's Halloween month, but this is the month thing again that Sarah is so obsessed with. Halloween is actually on the last day of the month, and she's talking about the first day of October coming up. So do people decorate their houses for an entire month of October when October isn't actually Halloween. Halloween is at the end of the month. I could see maybe, you know, a few days before possibly, and, you know, that, but the whole month, really? It's just, no, it's not for me. I'm sorry. I know some people do they? Anyway, comment down below. Do you decorate your house for a whole month of October because it's Halloween month? See, I can see Christmas is Christmas time, right? So you decorate your house for Christmas for a month or whatever, right? But Halloween isn't a month. Halloween is a day, essentially. So, anyway, that's just my point. I know it's irrelevant to everything, but it just, you know, the way that Sarah goes OTT about these things just kind of annoys me.
Anyway, I was in that appointment for 3 whole hours. I literally had a scan that took 5 minutes and the consultant appointment that took probably 10 minutes. The rest of the time I was waiting. Well, Sarah, not to be pedantic about things, but that equated to 15 minutes and not a couple of hours. The rest was waiting time. That was not your appointment time, just waiting time. Anyway, you know, people will disagree with me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because they were really delayed today, which has never happened, ever. I know hospitals often have long waits, but that's never ever happened before, has it? They're always really on time there. But today, massive delays.
We're not buying tacky Halloween stuff to put around the house anyway. So we came in here for one thing and one thing only. Vanished parfum, coffee stain on the carpet that has not come out, and I can't get it out. That's so annoying. I've scrubbed the death out of this coffee stain. It will not come out. It still looks very mildly brown.
£7 that.
Still chucking coffee around the house, are we, Chris? Up the walls, down the stairs, and across the carpet and everything. Brilliant. I know you do get a little bit angry every now and again, but anyway.
This used to be $3.99. I was just saying that. I can't believe it's £7 now. That's ridiculous. But we're not buying cheap tacky Halloween stuff, babe. We don't need it. No, we don't. This is
I need to be prepared.
This is why I don't ever live with a Sarah Ingham. I might spend one-time purchases that are extravagant every so often. Sarah's every single day.
Yeah, but my
making small
everyday
time
purchases
for lots
come
of them.
nowhere near the amount of money you've spent recently.
whatever.
Nowhere near. I've never spent in my life what you've spent, so you can get lost.
I'd have to agree with Sarah on this particular point. I mean, comparing what Chris spends to what Sarah spends in B&Ms and things like that is just ridiculous in the extreme, isn't it, Chris? Don't you think? You spend like £2,000 on a drone and she spends like £1 on a fake plant, that sort of thing. And that's just one example. Obviously there's the multitude of vehicles that you have out in your yard.
Home, finally back home. Today's appointment just took absolutely forever. Esme's having a meltdown because she thinks her hair's going blonde.
No, my hair is going blonde. Look. It's not funny. We can't see it on the camera, but look. Can you see it on camera? I can't really see because of the light. I've got, yeah, but it's like literally like pretty much winter now. My hair goes dark in winter. It's going lighter. That's what Dad's did, and I don't want my hair to be blonde.
My God, surely she knows by now. Her dad has not gone blonde. He's gone jet black. Just for men. Seriously. He is ginger underneath all that blackness, yeah. So maybe she doesn't know. Maybe he just does it in secret and just doesn't show his tufts too much.
It's not funny.
She's been saying to me obsessively over the last few days, does my hair look blonde? Have I got blonde highlights? Look at my hair here. Can you see that blonde strip? And I'm like,
It got worse, like all here in the top. You can just see complete blonde hairs everywhere.
hair down.
It's my worst fear.
Why is it a fear? Blonde's a lovely colour. I remember when Esme was about 5 and she started crying when she washed her hair because she thought she was washing the ginger out. Oh, yeah. Do you remember that?
It's because
Do you
I looked
remember
down.
that?
I remember it was in like I rolled up from it.
I think the ginger's all washing out.
I think
No,
it's
Esme,
all-
it does not work like that. I can't remember.
To be fair, she lived with Chris, and Chris, like, washes his hair dye out. Maybe some of the colour comes out when he's washing it. So maybe she's seen that. I don't know. Maybe she thought at that young, tender age that that's how it worked with proper hair. It would not surprise me at all, because you don't shield your kids from anything. Not that I think you should shield your kids from dyeing hair. Anyway, that's just stupid. Let's go.
I remember that. It was really cute anyway. Today's scan appointment went really, really well. I went through it for a growth scan. Baby girl's measuring on the exact centre. Well, actually, she's moved up a she's moved up a centile. So she was on 26 and now she's on the 27th.
The drama of it all, moves up 1 centile. Oh, it's such drama, isn't it? Means nothing to me. Sorry, Sarah. I'm sure it means something to everybody in my comments, so let me know. Comment down below, okay? Because I just don't know, right? I'm sorry, I don't.
So she's moved up 1 little notch. She weighs £6.10. Obviously, it's just an approximate, but that's a really good weight, I feel like. I can't remember the weights of Jason Mila in the...
How much was I again?
No, I mean having scans.
Oh, sorry.
At birth, you weigh 7.3.
Oh, right. Oh.
But, yeah, she weighs a really good weight, so there's absolutely zero concerns there. Now, probably, I did actually get booked in today.
What?
What's wrong? 2 seconds. What is it?
I mean, what's for Dad? Look,
Why?
Why is his trousers still
Why do you feel bad for Dad?
Look at his trousers! They're like, oh, look, he's got...
Those trousers are falling down.
Oh, they're so like baggy.
I feel bad for Dad. I feel bad for Dad. Why? He's just...
No, but he's
He's in a dumper, actually. Did you say he's like a dumpling?
Yeah. Like, like a little, I don't know.
It's because he's always just cracking on with jobs and he's always in a world of his own. And we always just sit there watching him and he's always like really serious. Like look at his face now. He's doing a dump run.
He's doing a dump run. Stay classy, Sarah, stay classy. To be fair, I've always called it a dump, but or the tip, right? A tip is generally what I actually would call it. But yeah, Sarah, it's really funny because Sarah, every now and again, well, more now than again these days, she comes out with terms which just show where she comes from in the world. And yeah, it's not from where she lives now. I was about to say the name then. What the hell? I was about to dox them. No, yeah, it was... She's not from, money, and she's not from higher class or upper class or anything like that. She every now and again she comes across... Oh, fucking hell. I've lost my train of thought, sorry. Sorry, let's go.
Just collecting boxes and things near the garage. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so she weighs £6.10, which is really good. And then I did get a date today for a cesarean. However, I'm probably not going to get a cesarean because Mila was born naturally before the date that I've been given for the cesarean. It's pretty much my due date. I doubt I'm going to get to my due date, and I'm not going to opt for an emergency one. Like I said, when she gave me the date, I was like, I just don't think I'm going to get to that date. And she said, well, if you get to the hospital before your elective cesarean, then we can just do an emergency cesarean. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want an emergency cesarean. I'd rather just try and give birth naturally than have an emergency cesarean. And then she tried to convince me that an emergency cesarean, when you go into labour, is different from an emergency cesarean when there's a danger to yours or your baby's life. When there's a danger to yours and your baby's life, like you can have to get like a general anaesthetic and get put to sleep. It's a very quick procedure, whereas it's different when it's an emergency because you're in labour.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
So there you have it. She may well be getting a C-section. She may not be. If she can reach the date, then she will do. If she can't, if she goes into labour sooner, then she may not get a C-section. And she won't get an emergency one because she'll refuse it because she doesn't want it. And yeah, it's about as clear as mud, Sarah's birth plan right now.
I'm a bit gutted just because I don't actually think I'll get to the date. Well, maybe I will actually, who knows?
No, I think if you had, I don't know, because did you have, was Jace over? Jace was over.
Wasn't he? Yeah, Jace was over.
And Mila was 4 days before.
4 or 5 days before, I can't remember now. But who knows anyway? Who knows? We'll just see what happens and we'll just try and go with the flow. Yes, sweetheart?
Let's make some Rice Krispies.
It's cutting you off.
It's cutting me off because she wants to make Rice Krispie buns.
That's why they're Rice Krispies.
They're not Rice Krispies, I've said a million times. They're the cornflakes, the Crunchy Nut cornflakes. Yeah, I literally walked to the door and I was like, can we make Crunchy Nut cornflakes? And I was like, yeah, just give me 2 seconds. Went upstairs, used the toilet, washed my hands, come back down. Can we do it now? I said, yeah, just give me 2 seconds, Alan. Let me just get some water. She's been impatient. Right, we're gonna make some Rice Krispie buns, basically. Of course you can. Me and Jace just bought some of these from the range.
You're gonna make Rice Krispie buns with Crunchy Nut cornflakes. The mind actually boggles, right, Sarah? Because firstly, do people actually use Crunchy Nut cornflakes instead of cornflakes? Because I'm guessing that they probably have a different texture to them, different taste, etc. But why would you make Rice Krispie buns? Plus, they're called Rice Krispie nests, I think. So I'm just lost. I'm sorry, I'm lost.
Little Halloween things. Oh, yeah, just those, yeah. And we got cupcake cases, which we need because we've not had any cupcake cases for ages.
I've been trying to make muffins or cupcakes, so we have to make them cakes.
Yeah, so we've had like loads of little. Isla's made muffins a few times. Muffins over the last couple of weeks, and she's every single time we forgot we don't have muffin cases. Is Isabel winding you up, darling? Isabel, you're such a tease. So we've had to turn it into a cake, but we got cases today, didn't we?
Yeah.
Right, go on then. Let's start chopping up the chocolate and melting it.
Look at my husband. Can I do it?
Okay, so I will stop that particular section there because we don't need to watch I'm gonna make Crunchy Nut cornflake chocolate cornflake thingies, right? So one thing I will say though is I feel like this is an activity for somebody a bit younger than Isla, possibly maybe like Jace's age, upwards to maybe 7 or 8. I don't know, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, and I guess there's probably no limit to your age to make things like this, but I'm just saying that it feels like there should be there shouldn't be an age limit on it at all. So, but it feels, I don't know. Anyway, I've been a bit flaky today myself, ironically. So I'm sorry if I'm coming across that way right now, but you know, that's just the headspace I'm in right now, trying to put my opinions across and my views and trying to engage the audience. But maybe I've lost you. Maybe you clicked off a while ago.
I just wanted to say that, I forgot what I was going to say. I remember, today the Eras Tour movie, show, documentary thing, came out, was announced in cinemas, in Odeon Cinemas I think it was. I don't know, maybe it's in a few, I'm not sure. Today, and the dates were for the 13th of October, right? And some of you guys will know what could happen on that date, which is the baby's due date. So, and it's really annoying because we were literally about to go get the tickets, we're about to buy them, and then because we were going to buy them because Daddy's going to the actual Eras Tour with us, and Mummy's not going, so she really wanted to watch the movie that was coming out, but it's fine, because to be honest, I wasn't like that desperate to watch it because we're actually going to the actual Eras Tour and it would kind of spoil it. Like, I've seen most of it like on TikTok and things anyway, but I feel like it would kind of spoil it if I watched like the whole thing. And it just, you know, it's kind of like going to be like more of a little bit of a surprise when we actually go. But yeah, it's on the baby's due date, but I reckon the baby's going to be early anyway. But just in case, and even if the baby was early, my mum can't go to the cinemas with a newborn baby.
Well, no, but Sarah would leave the baby behind and go off to the cinema if she wanted to, you know. Anyway, I have a problem with this. Couple of problems, actually. Isn't Chris going to that gig of his, you know, of his idol a couple of days after the baby's due date? So why is he allowed to do that, but they're not allowed to go to this thing? It's not like they're involved in this whole birthing process. They can be taken away, maybe. They can be taken to this cinema thing with their grandparents, could maybe, you know, because they're going to be looked after, presumably by Granny, and maybe she can take them instead. They don't have to do everything with Sarah. They don't have to do everything with Chris. They don't have to do everything with their parents all the time. She clearly wants to go to see this thing, and it's her thing. If it's only on that weekend, I haven't got a clue what she's talking about, right? You know, I don't have a clue. I'm assuming it's only on that one day, is it? So if she wants to go to see it, why not let her see it? You know, she's not going to be there at the birth. She's not going to be around. She doesn't need, you know, give her something to look forward to. I don't know, just let her see it. Don't see the problem, to be honest.
And listen to Taylor Swift for 3 hours. So, yeah, that's a shame, but I understand why she did it on the 13th, because it's, you know, Taylor's number. But congratulations to everyone that got them, because that's amazing. I also just wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone on my Instagram recently, because everyone, I've been like posting like a load of reels, because me and Isla and the girls just love making reels together. I've got like 20 million reels to post at the minute, and I want to post them all in one day, but like I can't.
You can actually, well, maybe not 20 million per se, but you can post as many as you want. There's no particular limit to my knowledge, so you can. But I know why you won't, and that is because you've been taught the ways of social media, and if you posted them all at once, it would lose you some engagement and things like that. So not a good idea for the budding influencer that you are. On another note, though, I have happened to been informed about your Instagram. Sarah, Chris, you might want to have a word, because it's not really appropriate for your 14-year-old child to be putting out there for everybody to see.
But thank you so much for everyone on my Instagram giving me so much love on my Instagram, like honestly. Here's my Instagram if you want to go follow it if you haven't already.
Also, Chris and Sarah, it hasn't escaped my attention just what your daughter did last night on Instagram, and I am actually shocked. I am beyond stunned and disgusted and everything else that can be said. I am shocked about it. So expect a fuller video coming right up about that, because I am stunned to my very core about how stupid you can actually be. Stupid.
What, sweetheart? You tired? It's a good job it's bedtime. Everyone's speculating I've gone into labour. I'm at that stage. I don't know why. I'm not even 38 weeks yet. But everyone is speculating tonight for some reason that I've gone into labour and I've had baby girl. Guys, this is the situation.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my good god. I'm sorry, but oh my. So I had to see it, right? So you do too. I'm sorry, but you just do. It's sorry. Sarah, do you actually have any anything on there at all? It really, 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 really does look like that you don't have anything on whatsoever. And am I wrong? Am I wrong? You could have underwear on there. You could. But at the moment, that's just speculation, because we can't see it. And it comes across very much like you know, people would pay good money for things like that on OnlyFans. I'm just saying, not me personally, obviously. It's not my thing, really isn't. But some people will. So there's an option once all this, falters, your channel and everything, and the money dries up. There is an option for you. You and Chris, you could be like that pregnancy fetish couple, that sort of thing. Just a thought. Think it over.
I can assure you, I have not given birth just yet. This big old girl is still here.
Also, Sarah, why is it that you're so obsessed with showing your naked baby bump? Why are you obsessed? Right, because just think about this. If you weren't pregnant, right? If you were not pregnant and you were sat there bottom half naked, would you have put the camera on you at all in that situation? Would you have done it? I don't think you would have, obviously, but so why is it different now because you're pregnant? Is it somehow more, makes you look more beautiful? Is that why you get pregnant so often? Because it's the only time you actually feel like worthwhile, like you feel beautiful. Maybe it's the only time that Chris makes you feel beautiful. And we have actually noticed that because he's overly affectionate when you're pregnant. He couldn't give a fuck when you're not. It must rub off on you, surely. If we notice it, then I'm sure as hell that you do.
I forgot to mention earlier, I don't know why this made me so... Pardon, is it? Don't forget I was born first. He goes, don't forget I was born first. You was my first experience of mummy love.
Oh, bloody hell. Just don't have Chris say that and exchange mummy for daddy, right? Just saying. Sorry, poor taste joke, okay? So, Isabel was your first experience of mummy love, and it went downhill from there on, didn't it? You didn't learn from any mistakes that you made, and you just carried on going.
You was, Isabel. I don't know why this made me so emotional at my appointment today, but I got such a lovely sonographer. Is it a sonographer? Yeah. Each time we've been for like a growth scan, it's not really been a special experience, just because I am genuinely there, not for like my own, what's it called? My own...
satisfaction, enjoyment, amusement, joviality. Any of those words fit the bill, Sarah?
I'm basically there for the baby, to see if the baby's growing.
God blimey, you're not there for the baby, are you, Sarah? I thought they were there for you, to pamper you, to give you a massage, to give you an Indian head massage and a Reiki and, a shower. Well, maybe not a shower, but, I thought they were there for you. But it turns out, no, they were indeed there for the baby, to make sure the baby is fine and make sure the baby is growing and make sure the baby is healthy, and not there for Sarah's amusement.
It's not like something I paid for or any special treatment or anything like that.
Hang on, what? Okay, right. That's a very weird thing to say, in my opinion. It's not like something that you paid for, where you expect to get good treatment. No, it's just the NHS. You don't pay for it, but you get what you're given on those appointments, don't you? You don't get the luxury treatment that private paying for guests get.
I literally go to make sure baby girl's growing. They do that very, very quickly. Barely talk, and I'm straight back out. But today it was different. I saw a lovely lady who was just so nice. Like, she got her profile up. She's like, can you see her hand in front of her face? Her head was right down in my pelvis. It was kind of hard to see, but she still managed to get a really good shot. She spoke through everything. And I actually made a comment. I was like, gosh, this experience is so much nicer, and it's the only one my husband's missed, because Chris was at an appointment with Jace. And she's like, oh, I feel like sometimes the men on in this department are a bit desensitised, like, to the whole thing. And I was like, yeah, it's super special for parents. It really does make a difference to your experience when even you just get someone who's a little bit chatty and just chats through everything. Anyway, don't know why this made me emotional, but she said today, she went, oh, well, there's one thing for sure. And I was like, what? She went, you don't have a baldy. Look at all that hair. And obviously I couldn't see anything. I couldn't see a thing. I couldn't see no hair. But obviously I don't know what I'm looking at. And she does. And it just made, I don't know why, I felt when she said it like I was about to burst out crying.
Yeah, well, I can understand the tears, Sarah. The waterworks were because you knew that she wasn't going to end up a baldy like her father. So, you know, positives. See, I understand why you had such a good experience.
Because you guys know, like, I've got a blondie, I've got gingers, I've got brown. Battery just died, so I'm ending it on my phone. But yeah, when she said that today, I just thought, oh, it just made me think, like, she's definitely got hair that's so sweet. I wonder what colour hair is going to be. And I don't know, it just made me really excited.
I just want to point out, though, that it would be exceptionally weird if your child just never had hair, right? Even if they didn't have a good head of hair at birth or whatever, they'd end up getting hair, you know, they would. So for you to say, oh, he's going to have hair, yeah, they would. Don't worry. You don't have to worry about a bald baby.
And it just made me realise, like, I've got, like, 2 weeks left of pregnancy and that's it. It's done. I don't know, it just made me feel very weird. But I'm definitely going to try and take it easy the next couple of weeks. I don't want to accidentally send myself into labour by overdoing it with anything. I did also forget as well to say that I had infection markers in my urine today, and they asked me a few questions about it and said they'd send that off just to double check. They're not concerned or worried or feeling like I need to be straight on antibiotics or anything like that, but they've sent that off and then they'll let me know if I need to take anything for it. But yeah, it's been a really nice day today. I feel like I want to take the kids out tomorrow. I feel like these last few, I don't know if it really has been that many appointments, but I just feel like the last couple of weeks has been not just the appointments where the kids, the older girls have helped look after the younger two, but I just feel like it's all that's been on my mind as well for like the last couple of weeks, just appointments and a bit of worry and a bit of stress. And I just want a day tomorrow where, I know I just said I'm going to take it easy. I don't mean I'm sitting in bed for 2 weeks. That is not me. But yeah.
Well, no, Sarah, I would have to concur that you sitting in bed is not something we see very often, you know, but we do happen to spot you every now and again frequenting a sofa or two. So, yeah, maybe the sofas are more suited to you, but if you're suggesting that you don't sort of laze around, well, just go back and watch your vlogs because it kind of tells us otherwise.
That's all for today's vlog, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you back here tomorrow at 5 p.m. Good night.
And there we have it, guys. Another day down. Another day closer to the big birth of the new Messiah, Chris's baby girl. All right. So, what do we think? Is she going to have a natural birth, or is she going to go into have a C-section as she wants, but she doesn't want an emergency C-section, so she'll have a natural birth if she has to? And who knows, it's going to be so much fun, and it's going to be soon. I feel it's going to be soon. Anyway, I thought this was quite a good one. You know, the vlog was not too shabby. Thumbs up for Chris. So until next time, please give this video a massive thumbs up. Comment all your thoughts about this down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Until next time, have a brilliant day, take care of yourselves, and bye bye.